In this video, we're going to talk about the potential Q3 launches of this year, as well as the general situation in the markets right now, because I think there's something interesting happening. But generally, we're entering this kind of holidays lull where we might have a chop period, especially if you look at the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Nothing really changed much, especially with Ethereum after the initial run up for the past couple of weeks. Basically, we are stabilized here at this level of $3,600. For Bitcoin, it's much longer right now, because if you go with Bitcoin, then basically last 3 months pretty much look the same here at the levels of, even if you go 1 year, then you have this 100k level, then we lost that, went to 80k, and then we are back at 100k level with all-time high of 120 or around 120k. So right now it really depends on whether we're going to go sideways, or maybe something will happen on the liquidity level. So for example, the rate will be cut in the US. That's one of the bullish scenarios, but on the other side it might be already in the prices, so we don't know that. On the other hand, we have a bunch of interesting projects coming to the market, and I want to discuss them as well. So first of all, you have a couple of projects that you can definitely farm, and probably the top of this list is Meteora. This is a decentralized exchange. You probably know that if you traded meme coins or actually any coins on Solana. One of the top two, I guess, next to Radium. But Radium already has its token. Meteora is only coming with its token. This is from the same team that built Jupiter, the aggregator. And at some point, people are expecting that there will be a Meteora airdrop and are farming that. I think the best farming strategy so far that I heard of is basically providing liquidity to various tokens, especially to meme coins. This way, you can earn quite a lot from fees, but of course, you won't profit much from the actual tokens usually. Pretty cool strategy, might give you airdrop in the end. Who knows? Now, some of the other interesting stuff that's going to happen is definitely Linea, the Ethereum L2 coming from consensus. People have been farming that for already, I think, for years maybe. I definitely had the whole video about Linea and a couple of other L2s on my channel so far, and there are already a lot of people doing that. I think L2s are not that popular anymore, because so far, especially after Scroll airdrop, people were kind of disappointed with how much they've gotten, meaning very little in general, especially if you compare that to the best airdrop of all time, which is Hyperliquid. Then definitely L2s are not there. So I don't know. I farmed a little bit of Linea, but I'm not super bullish on it. We're going to see it. I mean, in the end, Ethereum already has like dozens and dozens of L2s, so who needs another one? Unless they have, of course, nice incentives and something cool to come up with. But in the end, that's consensus, you know, the creator of MetaMask. So maybe they're going to get you something cool. Another one that I'm looking at is Plasma. Plasma was super popular when they did the round. I think that there was a little bit like public raise, super oversubscribed, and they're building L1 for stablecoins, and they definitely are coming this year, so that might be interesting to watch. Of course, depending on how high they will go. There's a lot of investors in this one, so you might want to wait a little bit for the price action and how it will end up. Let's see. I mean, there are a lot of people that are bullish on this protocol in particular, so that might be interesting as well. Other stuff that I'm looking at, of course, is the project by Trump, World Libertify. They might have a token at one point. They have already a stable coin, so at some point this will come up, and just thanks to the virality of the entire family, I think this will do well. Of course, it all depends like how high it will begin trading, and depending on that, it will be a good trade or not. Another one that I'm looking at is MegaETH, another L2 coming to Ethereum, but this one It's a little bit more on the L1 side, so they're trying to be a little bit more independent. And also the unique point here is that they are super fast. They're basically real time, the fastest that can be. So this is a really cool point here. They did already a couple of experiments with their blockchain. I think they have already tested. You can buy NFTs if you want to participate in a future launch. There's a lot of things happening, and they seem to be a super strong team, building and shipping quite a lot. So that might be interesting to follow. Now, next on the list, we have Solana smartphone. This is cool. I actually didn't knew they are planning to have a token. I did a video on Solana phones because, especially if you remember the version number 1, they did already some. If you bought the token, then you actually got quite a lot of bonk tokens. And then when they did the second pre-order, a lot of people just came to the market and started buying Solana mobiles, counting on the fact that they will get other airdrops, which might be true. If you pre-order that, or if you want to pre-order, I think the link will be down below somewhere in the description. But also, you might get the native token from Solana smartphone, which will be SKR token, which is pretty cool, and that might provide incentive for builders. That's the idea here behind this token, so that's going to be cool as well. And definitely the phone will be cool as well. Finally on the list we have Aventis. Another Aventis is basically another decentralized exchange, but this time built entirely on Base. So you can think about that. They're trying to build counterparty to Hyperliquid, but this time on Base. We're going to see how it goes. Pretty popular as well. You can probably farm it for airdrop, like any exchange, any perp exchange. You have to do trades in order to get points. That will probably give you some airdrop in the future. I guess a lot of those projects are waiting for better market conditions, or at least some stabilization. So probably the best time to launch a token will be definitely around October, maybe November. That's usually where the market is supposed to be at the highest, if everything happens according to the plan. And the plan right now is that we're going to get some bullish news in September. August might not be really eventful, but who knows. If you remember the August from last year, from 2024, there was actually terrible price action with everything tanking, and it only went up after Trump won election. So that changed a lot, and then we got this super cool bull market from November to, like, I think January 2025. So that was pretty cool. I don't know whether we're going to see the same. Usually this period of August is pretty much dead, or at least much slower than usual. So we're going to see how it goes. Myself, I'm looking, of course, at Ethereum. This is one of my favorite coins, but also Solana here is cool, especially at this pricing. It's much higher and it's much slower right now than Ethereum growth. Ethereum was growing quite a lot, and I think there's a room to grow here. Of course, nothing here is financial advice. Crypto is risky. You can lose all your capital, so trade accordingly and only trade with things you can afford to lose. Now, Solana is much farther away from the highs, which were at 250. Even now, there was it hit $200 in July, and it basically lost like 20% of its value in the past a couple of weeks. So it's a nice discount. I bought a little bit. And also, if you're following my streams, I've started a couple of trading sessions, trading live. You can find everything on Hyperliquid. Recently, I'm currently in one position on Solana long, but also had Fartcoin. Started with $1,000. We are at like 1,200, 300 right now. So it's going pretty nicely. The goal is to go as far as possible. And if you want to start trading on Hyperliquid, use the code PCCrypto, which gives you additional bonus on your fees. So yeah. That's a wrap here. There are many interesting opportunities coming to the market. If you want to know about them live, follow me, and on different streams. I'm streaming, trying to stream either Monday or Friday or both. We're going to see how it goes, but basically those are the 2 days that I'm striving to stream, because there's a lot of market action, especially on those 2 days, a lot of volatility, and this is perfect for putting on some trades. So yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, find the link down below in the description, and see you in the next video.